See if I'm live. I don't have no chat, so not real sure on that. Hey Jerry, I gotta look at my phone for the chat, so I don't have no chat on my computer for some reason. Hey Sparky, stay still, Hot Rod. We got Grandpa Rails in the house. Welcome, John Dilley. Love the new channel name. It fits you, buddy. Grandpa Rails. This may be a short live feed or live stream tonight. I don't know. Don't have much to talk about. I'm, as usual, unorganized. Very unorganized. And there's Indian Head Bowie Railroad in the house saying hi to everybody. And I thank you, Wilmer, for earlier for helping me out. Dwight, welcome. Got about 5 of you in here, and unfortunately the counter on the YouTube counter on the OBS is not working as well, so go figure. You know, at least I got the chat and all that coming up on my phone. Should be about 5 of you in here. That's, let's see, Jerry, Sparky, Grandpa Rails, Wilmer, and Dwight. That's about 5 of you. Why do I use OBS? Well, because I can't get my YouTube to work and I just like OBS. You can do a lot more with it. I can't get the XSplit to, I haven't really got into the XSplit thing like Sparky has. I've got to read up on it and get stuff set up on it. So I have a possible backup. Right now, for like I said, for some reason, I can't get the YouTube to go live. It's saying something ain't set up. I don't know what wouldn't be set up. I've never touched it. It always went live before, but YouTube's been playing around with my channel, and I guess they've screwed everything up on the setups too. Container Man 68, welcome, buddy. I'm glad you're getting the signal. I'm going to guess that you're driving somewhere, or you might be off on your break for the night. Just be careful out there, buddy. Lots of bad weather around the different states. Having snow. I think it's Massachusetts or somebody's stream yard. Well, no, I have not, John Dewey. I may have to look into that. Like I say, OBS was always, I got into OBS not because Vinny was on it. It was just something that, I thought I'd try, and I started liking it because you can switch your cams and different stuff. You can turn one off, turn the other one on, which is what I do when I do stuff here on the desk and get my phone out of the camera. Right here is my webcam, and then I can shut that one off and go back to my computer. And Dave Piper, welcome to the live stream. Well, anyway, you guys, it's just coming in. I don't have a lot to talk about. I'm going to talk about a way that I found to make cheap trees. I'm sure, it's not the most effective way or a lot of people's ways, but I thought of this idea because you can put these at a distance, and you won't really see them if you put your bolt trees or your handmade trees and different stuff in front. That way they look like they're in a distance, but they're more woody looking. But we'll get into that here in a minute. Let's see who else is in here. Chasco, welcome to the live stream. Dwayne, welcome to the live stream. There's about 12 of you. That's getting up there. Normally I have 12 to 16, 20 of you. Vinny ain't in here yet. Wilmer is, but Nancy usually pops in, but she might be sleeping or busy tonight. I think her or Nora goes live later on tonight, as well as the guys from the old channel, YouTube Model Builders. They're called something else now. I ain't sure the name. I never was sure of the new name. So, but anyway, oh, okay. She had her internet turned off. Well, okay. I'll have to message her and talk to her. I do that every once in a while and make sure she's all right, and the normal nice guy thing. Let's see. I do know she was getting off of YouTube for a while. Yeah, but I would imagine the medical bills are piling up. Because of all her problems. So I do know she was telling me she was off of YouTube, or getting off of YouTube for a while, until next year or sometime. So, well, anyway, now we got 12 of you, and of course YouTube's working on the computer. I don't have no chat on the computer, and I just lost you guys by get me back. There we go. I don't know if you all lost me or I lost myself. There's Drew Structures saying hi to everybody. Welcome, Drew Structures. Well, anyway, we've got several shows during the week. You got Car Barn with Ralph Greenwood, Wilmer's Not Bad, and his contest video series that he's doing for his contest. His the structure build, not the structure build, but the diorama build, which is starting to look or come into shape. Of course, we have our good friend from Panama, Roy Smith, who does his dispatch shows, and he is back as of Saturday. Or I'm sorry, but Tuesday he did a video for dispatch. His layout videos are on Saturday. So and let's see. Then you have live streams. Narrow Minded Monday with just Nate. I believe it's 7 p.m. Then Tom's Trains and Things comes on at 8, I believe, is the 2 times for Monday. Check them both out. Tuesday we got On Track Tuesday with I had to think there a minute. A brainstorm going through my head. Make sure I had the name right. But On Track Tuesday. And I guess I really ought to be looking at the camera instead of my phone. But anyway, On Track Tuesday, 7 p.m. for the exception, far as I know, for Redbird Tony 2010. I believe he's still doing his at 8 or 7:30, whichever he can do his at. I have not been watching Tony because I get busy on certain Tuesday nights doing stuff, and it just kind of goes over the head. So, and this chat is not moving. So, but anyway, you have Wilmer at Indian Head Valley Railroad, who is, as far as I know, at 7. Creative Rails, or no, not Creative Rails, but yeah, lost my train of thought. Wilmer, if you want to put them up, or it don't matter. Everybody should know by now. But anyway, yes, Boxcar Benny. Hi, Hastings BNSF N-Scale Modeler. Welcome to the live stream. I think I seen your name fly by here earlier. I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. But anyway, the On Track Tuesday folks usually put on great shows. And then, of course, the 5th Tuesday of the month, they usually have a special guest. or Wilmer or somebody slips in and does a double night, double Tuesday thing. So Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, you have Sparky 107. Check his live feed out. Thursday, you stuck with me when I'm actually on here. I'm at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Friday, we have our good cousin Vinny for his live feed or live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern. And he always amazes everybody with some of the stuff that he don't build, or he's always got something to do on his live streams. So and then Saturday, I could be wrong on that. It could be Friday. I don't know if it's Fridays or Saturdays now. It's been so long since I tried to watch a lot of YouTube. I do know Ron Toyman 2448 Toyman Ron does his live feed. He's usually putting the coders or something in engines, or just shooting the crap, or running trains and just, having a fun time. So that's basically the live streams that I'm aware of. So I'm going to put the chat down right, maybe, if I can get that set there. And, oh yes, I'm going to mention this just for the fact that yes, I noticed that, Roy, that it wasn't 28 or 24, 28 or 48 Toyman. Man, I can't talk tonight. It's like RW something. Or, yeah, Real Wicked Canadian. Okay. Something like that. Everybody basically knew who I was talking about, so that's all that matters. And one thing you always want for a live stream is water, lemonade, or Mountain Dew or something. Now, I'm going to get into this. I don't know how long I can actually get or make this last. Because, well, it's 20 after already, so it might be alright. But if everybody can see that, now that I changed cameras, this is what I'm talking about for trees. Pine cones. And I'll see if I can adjust that a little better. And you can see that I glued some ground cover on them to give them a little weathered piney look, I guess you want to call it, since they're pine cones. More than likely, they're going to be pine trees, unless somebody wants to make them something else. That's entirely up to you. But cheap trees for distance, that's, if you have pine trees, pick up all the pine cones you can find, and there you go. Decorate them, punch a hole in your foam or plywood or whatever you're using to put your trees on, and you got cheap trees. I mean, they don't look, they don't look too bad if they're in a distance, because you can put other trees and foliage or ground cover and stuff around them. I mean, and put some mulch looking ground cover around them. They'll probably really blend in. I mean, like I said, if you bring them back like this, if I move them back away from the camera, you can tell that they actually look sorta like trees sitting there. So, but I came up with this idea over in my friend Randy's yard, and I seen these, and I picked a few up, a few different sizes. Here's a bigger one. If you get them all different sizes, I really think they would look, they would start, blending in there, different places. I mean, I'm sure, back then, like you Lionel guys, and when everybody started with Lionel, they had the fake, the trees that you bought that, they looked fairly real, and, and everything. I mean, these guys, once you get a bunch of them in here together, if I can get them placed like that, I mean, it'll start filling up in places. Especially, if you have something looks like that. See if I have something like this. You can put them in there and have some in the, up above the littler ones in front, or, put them back here in the back. I mean, you get what I'm talking about. I mean, when you're a model railroader, you're not completely dumb, and I'm not putting that out towards anybody. I'm just saying, you should know how to place trees. There's plenty of videos out there to show you, but I mean, you get a bunch of different sizes in there, and and different stuff. Paint, I mean, you could probably take some spray paint and paint them up. I mean, and they would probably look good. And, lightly spray them, and I mean, now, some of them's not going to have a stem. For that, I mean, you just have to round out a little spot and glue it and stick it there. Maybe stick some toothpicks in or something right here, or whatever you might have. Some of the push pins that you use on your track to hold it in the foam or the cork road bed. Put some of them up along there to hold it while the glue dries. That way they don't, tumble over. But, you know, I mean, like I said, once you get a bunch of them in here, they'll start looking good. I mean, especially at a distance, and then put your normal trees that you buy or make on your own up there in front of it. I'm not going to get into making any of them tonight because I'm just not prepared to do that. But these two I made. I was going to make them one night on one of my live streams, and the chipmunks took over that night. Last week, I was not feeling good, and I fell asleep because of medication, and I completely forgot about my live stream at 7 o'clock. When I woke up, it was 10 or 11, so it was kind of too late by then, a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there's some a cheap way of doing trees. And you can't get no more free than that. I mean, if you have pine trees, or you know somebody that does, and you know, I'm sure they ain't going to care if you go ask them, can I pick a few of your pine cones up? They'll probably say, yeah, pick them all up, so they don't hit them with the lawnmower. But my friend has pine trees, and we've got a bunch of pine trees here at the house. So that's basically my topic for tonight. I thought I'd share that with you. And why I'm on the subject of this thing, this was actually supposed to be a topic one night. This diorama, which, as you can see, I was just playing around with colors to make like rock and different stuff. And I put this together in an evening. I mean, probably 2 evenings, 2 days. I had to let all this styrofoam here dry because it's 3 pieces, small scrap pieces that I had laying around, and I just glued it all on top, or I didn't glue it, liquid nailed it all together. Put while the liquid nails was drying, I went ahead and plaster clothed it, because I figure, you know, the quicker and sooner I do it, the sooner I would get into the decorating part with stuff drying. So, but you know, it took a day just for the liquid nails to harden and set up. So, and then of course the plaster cloth, you know, I just went ahead and did it because the liquid nails dries on its own. It don't need a lot of air. Once it hardens, I mean, it's hard to break this apart unless you really chisel at it. So, but yeah, I mean, I had it painted almost in the same day too. Just the brown. I didn't get over here in the camera. I just did the brown almost in the same night when the plaster cloth hardened. real good. And then I did all this the next day or whenever I did it, and was just playing around with some collars. And I just stuck these in here to, give you an idea for the tree idea. So, but yeah, I mean, for trees, you can use, this is what I used. Let me get you back onto the other camp. Ooh, excuse me. Back on the other camera here. And I got these labeled. Medium green, coarse turf is basically what I used. Your woodland scenics. Sheesh, I'm having trouble talking tonight. But and of course this is light grass. You could probably use that too for trees. I mean, I use it for grass basically, but it's coarse. It's light green coarse turf, but it's good for off-colored field grass. And of course, green grass is what I got this one labeled because that's what it actually is. And the T45 and all that you see, right, get my hand over here. T45, that's actually the number to it. But this is fine turf. And here's something, guys. I'm sure I mentioned this before, but get yourself some containers when you store this kind of stuff, because the little bags, once you rip them open, unless you clothespin them or staple them or something together, they'll, it draws moisture and different. It all depends where you are, but these, I've got getting tons of these for out there on my layout, which brings me to the layout. I have not been out there for a few couple months. Just because I have not been in much interest of being out that way, down at the end of the yard. I don't know why. I do suffer from depression, so that, has some to do with it. But here's clump foliage, if you can read that. Get some of that out. There we go. There's the number, and all this is woodland scenics. And as you can see, it's in clumps, obviously. So, but anyway, I label mine with simple old painter's tape. You can use a labeler or whatever you want to use. Other than that, I mean, that's basically all I have. But there's my idea. I mean, for mine anyway. The pine cone tree idea. I mean, they're cheap, easy. The tree part is already made. Now, if you wanna fin out some of the little I don't know if call them branches or what on a pine cone, the little stick out pieces. If you want to take and break some of those off to thin the tree out, that's an idea too. I mean, But I came up with the idea of decorating them with some ground foliage. I may try to paint some with light green or some kind of green paint. I don't know. But I will be collecting a lot of pine cones in the near future from my friend's house and from back here from our trees as well. So, but I just thought I'd share that with you and give you a little idea, share my ideas with you. My ideas ain't always what other people would think of doing, but hey, you know, it's a model railroad, and we all have our ways and our own ideas. Yes, the Senate pine cones would make your train room smell good until you got so tired of smelling pine. That's the only thing. But they do smell good, the ones that you can buy. They do have them at Walmart, I believe. I believe my mom and I bought some the last time we was there because we wanted to make something smell better. So, lack of light nails me in the winter. I just want to hibernate and play with trains. There you go, Stu. I'll have to bring a big bag of pine cones to Strasburg and trade them for drinks. That might not be a bad idea, Dave Piper. But anyway, welcome, Digger. I didn't see you in here. I got away from the chat. That's all I was paying attention to when I first got on here. Because I got to look at my phone, see what everybody's up to. Till I get more done on this computer. I have not been on the computer for quite a while. I've been playing my daughter's PlayStation 4 a lot, playing Farm Assimilator with my friend Randy on the phone. We call each other and we farm and that kind of stuff. It's another pastime hobby that I picked up, and I haven't been on YouTube that much. Plus, this thing with copper or whatever it is, it's, I'm not even going to say no more about it because everybody's tired of hearing about it. So am I. I do have my channel set for not recommended for children, so that's all I have to worry about. I really have nothing that's directed to children. Like I said before on the last live stream, toy trains to me is push around toys or battery trains you put under the Christmas tree. That's toy trains to me. They considered Lionel and Marks and all them toy trains back then. Technically, some people took that idea because all you did was brought them out once or twice a year, put them around the Christmas tree, or did a simple layout for your kids, and put them back in the box, pack it all away in the attic, and it didn't come out to the following year. So, basically, you played with toy trains, put them away, and that's the reason the old Lionel trains has lasted so long over the years, from the older generation that had them back in the 40s and 50s. They wouldn't ran that much. When my dad first got into trains, he had a paper route that he made enough money that he could go get a piece of candy downtown at the candy store or the drugstore or wherever they sold candy back then. Well, when he went into the military, which was the Coast Guard, he got a job somewhere or something, but he was in the Coast Guard, that part of the military, but he wasn't in the battle part of it. He did something with lighthouses. He changed a bulb and turned the light on and that kind of stuff. He wasn't in the battle part, but anyway, like I said, he got a job or did something to make enough money to buy his very own first ever Marks train. And I still have, till this day, it's still out in the shed in a box. Part of it's in a box because the engines need a little bit of repair work. But when I was a kid, I grew up playing with that. I mean, and that's probably a lot how some of it got broke. I don't know. It could have been just, moving and stuff around, but, and I still have my first ever HO set. The engine now, however, is locked up, but I did find a replacement for it. It's a different number, but hey, it's the same engine. And I still have the original cars. Now that part, I was always mostly careful with my toys and stuff because I was one of them kids that was brought up. You took care of stuff. You didn't get to run all over the place as you got older, to the mall, to hang out on the road somewhere after dark. I wasn't brought up like that. I was one of them that stayed home all the time. So I was never in trouble, like other kids was. So, hey, Ralph, welcome to the live stream. Sparky said you were squirrely. Are you squirrely, Ralph? Let's see. I guess that's all I last seen in here. Still think you got some pieces of my first train set. Oh, you okay. Says you have it. I never said a thing. You three or something. That's why I love friends like that. Oh, you're squirrely. Well, you feel like climbing trees, Roy. Well, anyway, it's 7:46. Trying to think of other stuff to talk about. Um, so back to my dad for a minute. When he was in the military in the Coast Guard, um, he did not have a military funeral. Um, where they shoot the guns and all that good stuff. He didn't want none of that because he was not in a line of battle. He wasn't in that sort of Coast Guard, that part of the Coast Guard. Like I said, he watched after the lighthouse, if the bulb or something, in case the bulb blew out, he would go change it, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I can't believe that September marked a year already. It's hard to believe, but 80-mile-an-hour empty trailer, little wind. Yeah, it does. I would imagine the truck drivers have a lot of that problem, Roy. You being a truck driver, I know you know all about it. While you still have them mark. Huh. No squirrel here. I'm now prepping my chopper for a new paint job. Okay. Oh, by the way, welcome Julia. That's that's who comment I just read, and I didn't recognize the name until my eyes are I think my eyes are watering a little bit. That's the reason I'm not. Joel, yeah, Jolie, Joel. You should do a video on them. Evan, my first train was a Burlington. Still have the logo, but like Rodney's, it's locked up. Yeah, I actually replaced that engine, that little B&O engine, with two different engines. The first one came as number 380. What was that number? 380 something. It was an AHM set. Uh, I can't exactly remember the number, but I found one exactly like it, and it came as a number 500 and something. And then, after I had gotten that one on eBay, I came across one exactly like mine with the same number and everything, and I got that one too. Basically because I wanted to have the original number and the original engine on that set. I don't know. I don't know if I will actually run them. I probably will eventually, but a lot of my trains, as you all what little you've seen my actual layout, you do know there's a lot of just circles and point to point kind of combination type deals. That's probably going to change just a little bit. I'm going to cut some of my trains out of my list. I doubt I'll sell any because, you know, it's something that I've collected all my life. But I'm probably going to change my track plan. I don't know when that's going to happen. Now that it's winter time, I got to get the place cleaned up first of all. It's became a kind of a catch-all, you might say. The layout, a catch-all, and everything. You know how it is. You work on one part of the layout, and you got to have everything thrown over beyond her, and to have all this empty space to work, and then all the stuff comes back over where you did work so you can work on the next spot. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that problem. But yeah, there's a lot of cleanup, and if you look at like not just right here, but behind that is stuff that I got from Jack. Down here's some stuff I got from Matt. And off of eBay, it's stacked all over this office. It's stacked out outside the office in the basement. It's everywhere. I mean, I've got stuff out in the train shed that I gotten from different people or off of eBay or Amazon or somewhere, and it stacks up when you don't have a lot of time to go through it. I mean, I've done videos on stuff. I've done stuff on live streams. And I don't know what I even videoed half the time, so I'll have to go back and look at my videos and make sure I don't do the same thing over again. Not that it probably really matters. I mean, it's just a video to get you more views and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it stacks up after a while. I mean, and I got away from it because there was, of course, the kidney stone thing that I've been going through. I was in pain for a while, and then, you know, you pass some stones, and then there's a long, several day break before you ever pass more. And now that, you know, I don't have to worry about another operation right now at this particular time this year, I can get back into doing stuff. It's been cold out, but not, you know, cold enough to not really do anything at all. I mean, I can do it, but it's just, you know, it's been raining and, well, snowing off and on, but it's not mountain or nothing, but yet. But yeah, I got stuff to do outside. I've got wood to chop, trees to cut down. There's all kinds of stuff to do. It's just I just been busy doing other stuff in the house. And not really on the train thing right now. I mean, it's just, I guess I just need a break. for a while. But I do want to do my live streams. That way I can keep trying to keep my Thursday night spot and get together with you guys on Thursday, because if I don't, then I lose contact with a lot of you. I mean, Wilmer and I can talk to one another. Roy Smith, Roy Harvick, bunch of us text each other. Vinny, I text Vinny all the time. I mean, and I text Ray Boble all the time. Once in a while I'll text Derek Glass, who's up here west of me. So is Wilmer, actually. West or north or one of them locations, directions. Well, other than that, welcome Shane's Trains. Welcome to the live stream. We're going about get ready to end this out, and go ahead and promote your channels, contests, guys, that kind of stuff. Here in the last 1 or 2 minutes, I'll leave this go just a little over, since I was 1 or 2 minutes late. So go ahead and promote your channels, your contests, anything you got going on, something to do with trains. Sorry, I'm a bad typer. I see I made 1250. Congratulations, Roy. 440 for Grandpa Rails. That's quite a few more than me, John Dilly. 552 for Wilmer. 125 for Drake. Shane's Trains just hit the big 50. Roy's slowly creeping up. Digger Evans, 405. 31 for Dunk Industry Hudson. Custom. 330 for Ralph Greenwood. And Ralph, I want to thank you for everything you do in Vinny and Sparky and I's live streams, as well as Wilmer's, putting the links and stuff up. We really appreciate all of it. As well as Sparky. Can't thank Sparky enough for helping when Ralph is unavailable. Get rid of all that. Dwayne's Fork and Spoon Railroad, 106. And let's make sure we check out our cousin Vinny tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Do not want to miss cousin Vinny, even though I am sort of late getting in there. But like I said, I get into doing stuff and lose track of time and so forth. And, that happens when you're busy, and it is the season, to do other stuff. Yes, Roy, you can post a link. I have no problem with that. And if you look up at the top of your screen. There's my PayPal address. I'm not begging for money. I'm just saying that's the only way I'm going to get some kind of super chats right now. If you want to donate to my channel, that's the only way you can do it right now until I figure out Patreon, something for Patreon or something else. And that, if you put on the note or subject or whatever's in there, write me a little note that it's for a donation or like a super chat, PayPal super chat type thing. That way I can put it into a model train fund, and maybe we can have Sparky type contests on Thursday nights or something, and giveaways for some stuff. And that could be a pack of trees. It could be anything really. I mean, however much money I could get. Fundraiser. Yeah, check this out, guys. What Roy Harvick has posted on here. Fundraiser for Nancy, trying to raise money to help her medical bills, and think most of send her to Louisiana. So weather ain't good for Nancy. Yes, that's true too. So thank you, Ralph, for posting that. Like I said, put a note in there or something, that way I know that it is like a donation super chat type thing. It don't have to be much. I mean, it can only, it could be $1, $5. It'll all add up in the long run, and I can put it in, I can take it out, put it on, into a fund, a model railroad fund, so we can have contests and stuff like that, because I'm not eligible for super chats, and I don't know when that'll ever happen, because I'm only, I'm like 1 or 2 subs short of 400 again. Every time I go up to 400 and something, I'm back about 10, 15 subscribers, and that's the reason I put my contest on the back burner, because I'm still thinking of ideas to do for a contest. So anyway, let's help Nancy out. Let's help Nancy Jones out with her medical bills and other problems. We need to help each other out and help her out for medical bills, and get her back onto the internet so she can do her live streams and get-togethers and videos and everything. Because she's missed on here, and I'm going to contact her here soon and make sure. Yes. And a lot of them evidently are inactive. And here's another thing, guys, before I leave. If you subscribe to me and I go to your channel and there's no content, I'm not subscribing to you because it's going to be technically useless. If you don't have nothing for me to go, or anybody else to go over there and watch, to enjoy, what's the purpose of having a channel besides getting your name out there? Or if you was like me, I made a channel name, but I didn't put nothing out there, right away, because I wasn't sure how to react and stuff like that, until our cousin Vinny, our brother Sparky, and our brother Chuck Baker all kept pushing me and wanted videos and wanted to see who was behind the comments. Well, it finally came to the day that Sparky had his flood a few years back, and I ended up doing a video, and then I did a video with the first cat of model railroading, as I will continue to call her, the train room, or the train shed kitty, Tycho H.O. And she actually comes to H.O. So, believe it or not, I've got her remembering that name. But yes, Nancy is mom. But I'm going to get off of here, guys, since it's 8 minutes after. Thanks for all that tuned in, all 13 of you, or 14. Might have lost a few people. Might have had 15 or 16. Not sure. But like I said, it could be $1, it could be $5 or anything. If you want to donate to my PayPal like a super chat, just let me know that that's what it's for, and I will remove the money over to a special account type thing, or put it in a, so and we'll go from there. Like I said, I'm not begging for money, so if you don't want to donate, that's perfectly fine. But right now we gotta concentrate on helping Nancy Jones on her medical bills, and getting her back on YouTube, because her videos will be missed, besides what she's already got on here. Alright, everybody take care. We'll see you tomorrow night at cousin Vinny's place, for his live stream. Bye for now, guys. Be safe out there. Especially you, Roy.